All right, welcome back. Today, we're jumping into a story that is just mythic in scale. It's a philosophical showdown against an enemy literally made of ash and regret. This is The Contract of the Stone Fire.
So let's kick things off with the big question, right? The one that frames this entire conflict. What do you do when the ultimate threat isn't some monster you can punch, but it's an idea? Just this creeping, cynical voice in the background whispering that everything you do is pointless, and the only real prize at the end is silence.
And this line, it just perfectly sets the stage. You've got these two totally opposite forces. On one side, you have the lion, his roar, his destruction. It's all about clearing a path to build something new. But then, you've got the volcanic blight. It's a fire that burns not for change, not for warmth, but just to leave behind a cold, empty, silent world. So here's where our story picks up. Our hero, the lion, has just shattered his old world. He's standing in what's called the desert of nihilism. But you know, this is no easy victory. The very dust of his past is literally rising up to challenge him.
And this is where it gets really interesting, right? The past isn't just dead and gone. It's actively twisting itself into a new enemy. This volcanic blight, it's not just a wasteland, it's a thinking, breathing prison made from the ash of everything the lion just rejected. It's the silence after his roar, given a terrifying form.
Man, this just nails the philosophical core of our new baddie, the lion's destruction. That was like a beast clearing a path, an instinct. But this new force, it's demonic. It doesn't just destroy things, it negates them. It denies that they could ever have meaning in the first place. And yeah, it offers you power, but as we're about to see, the interest rate on that loan is your soul. Okay, so now this threat, it's not just some cloud of dust anymore. It takes on its true form. The volcanic blight becomes the Steinfeuermann, the stone fireman, a creature literally encased in petrified soot and regret. So to really get what this creature is, we have to understand this term anti-Tate handling. Now, if the lion's whole purpose is Tate handling, this idea of deed action, of creating reality by acting, by willing it into being, then the Steinfeuermann is its perfect twisted reflection. Its entire reason for being is to actively unmake reality, to prove that all action is ultimately meaningless. And of course, here comes the temptation. The Steinfeuermann offers the lion a shortcut. I mean, why go through all the hard work of self-overcoming, of building something new from scratch? Just destroy the other, burn it all to the ground, and hey, you'll be the king of the ashes. It's a simple and truly terrible contract.
But the lion, he's not buying it for a second. He calls out the Steinfeuermann's power for what it is, a thieving fire, feeding on what others have built. The lion's own power, his sovereignty, that's not something he can buy with destruction. No, it's something he has to forge himself, starting with a powerful, sacred no to this whole philosophy of negation.
This next quote is a powerful warning about how self-destructive this path of negation really is. Word, or fate, is this idea of an interconnected web of all existence, and trying to cut yourself off from it, well, that's basically a form of suicide. You just end up tangled in the very thread you tried to sever.
So, having been rejected, does the Steinfeuermann just back off? No way. The conflict now becomes a direct, metaphysical assault. It's not about tempting the lion anymore. It's about wiping him from existence. What an incredible image, right? A sword made of silk. This isn't a weapon for the body, it's a weapon for the soul. The Steinfeuermann is frantically trying to cut the law of unspun threads, basically to sever the lion from any possibility of a future, trapping him in a meaningless eternal present.
And the lion's whole philosophy is wrapped up in this idea right here. Sure, the Steinfeuermann's Eiferman is going to accuse him of breaking the law, of being an outlaw, but this quote reframes that completely. Being an outlaw to the old ways, to the herd, is exactly what makes you sovereign among the stars. The trap, the noose, it only works if you stand still and let it catch you.
Okay, so plan A didn't work. The Steinfeuermann switches gears. If it can't cut the lion off from the future, it's going to try to trap him with the past. It accuses him of having no honor, of being a neithinger, all because he dared to reject the old laws. All right, let's break this down, because this right here, this is the absolute heart of the whole conflict. This slide lays out the two opposing philosophies perfectly. The Steinfeuermann's nihilism is just pure toxic negativity. It says, nothing matters, so let's just burn it all down.
But the Lion's approach is what's called active nihilism. It says the old things don't matter anymore, so let's clear them away to build something better. One denies to destroy, the other denies to create. It's a huge difference.
And this is just a chilling warning, isn't it? It's about the ultimate price you pay for embracing the Stein-Feuermann's power. That monument, that stone gargoyle, it's the tombstone for anyone who only ever learned how to negate, how to say no to everything, but never learned the creative power of saying yes to something new.
So as the fight goes on, the Lion has this absolutely terrifying revelation. He reaches this place called the Temple of Silence, and there he sees the fate of everyone who came before him and accepted that contract of cinders.
And he sees the pattern, the tragic path they all walked down. First, they wanted a shortcut to power. Then, they accepted that destructive, infernal fire. Third, they started using negation as their main tool for everything. And the final step, they became the very thing they wielded. Nothing. Just static, silent monuments of petrified soot. Gargoyles, frozen solid by the very emptiness they chose to embrace.
Okay, this last quote really sets the stage for the big finish. It suggests that a different, greater power is needed now. See, the Lion's role isn't to be the ultimate creator. Not yet. His job is to be the ultimate cleanser. He's the lightning that will consume the destructive fire, clearing the board for whatever comes next.
So now the Lion finally gets it. He understands his enemy completely. It's not a real thing. It's not a conqueror, it's just a hollow projection of its own emptiness. So he prepares his final move. And he's not going to fight fire with fire. He's going to do something much, much more profound.
See, he's not going to meet negation with more negation. He won't burn the blight. That's the whole trap. Instead, he uses the mirror word, the ultimate power of a creator. He speaks what is called the reverse voice.
And here it is, the masterstroke. He doesn't destroy the Stein-Feuermann. He simply denies its entire premise. He denies the very existence of negation itself. He commands it to undo its own being, to just unbecome and return to the nothing it came from.
And just like that, it's over. This is the ultimate assertion of creative will over active nihilism. Not I fought it, not I defeated it, but simply, thus I willed it. A final, definitive statement that the power to create is always, always greater than the power to negate. And that, of course, leaves us with the big question. What is he going to will into existence now on this newly cleared board?